accusing them of being hypocrites. Accused by him, Muhammad, as we see in Surah Azab verse 60, if the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is disease and those who spread rumors in Al-Madinah do not cease, we will surely incite you against them. Then they will not remain your neighbors therein, except for a little. And also 61 in Surah Azab, accursed wherever they are found, being seized and massacred completely. So what kind of a prophet is he that massacres them completely? Because from his side, and only his side, we are told that they are hypocrites and diseased hearts, and who stir up sedition in the city. So this is really not a sign of a true prophet as I see it. And now coming to Safiya bint Huway, we see that through the Sunni sources, hadiths, and Islamic sources, that Muhammad was quite proud of her Jewish heritage and her Jewish descent. As we are told in Wikipedia, citation is given in Wikipedia about Safiya bint Huway. But Muhammad killed Safiya's father, who was also a relative of Harun and Musa, as it's written here in Wikipedia. Safiya was to respond, my father ancestor Harun, Aaron, was a prophet. My uncle, his brother Moses, was a prophet, and my husband Muhammad is a prophet. So this is what we are told in Wikipedia. Citation is given here. You can read it, W.M. Watt Companion to the Quran, based on the Arbery translation, page 237. And so we go to, I'll take you to the Quran ayat in Surah Baqarah 248 now. Okay, this ayat here tells us how important the remnants or relics of the family of Moses and the family of Aaron were, which were carried by the angels, and they had assurance of peace and a sign of Talut, Saul's kingship. So how important the relics of the family. Okay, so please note that this is very important. And the previous ayat, please read this 12247 of Surah Baqarah. And the Prophet said to them, indeed Allah has sent to you Saul as a king, meaning Talut. They said, how can he have kingship over us while we are, more worthy? Then came a verse in verse 248. The Prophet said to them, indeed a sign of his kingship is that the chest will come to you, and which is assurance. Okay, so this, and from this I take you to the biography of Huway ibn Akhtab, sorry about that, which I find in Wikipedia also, and through the Islamic sources we are given. So here, looking through, I saw something really dreadful, and still see it, that Huway was, you know, unjustifiably killed by the Messenger of Allah. And what Safiya bint Huway says against her father is that perhaps she was in. I mean, I can tell that now, after having contemplated that she was a hostage, not only a captive. So all these sources have changed and been brought to us against the Jews of that time, right? So here she says that her father recognizes the prophet, and so well, here it just is so terrible for me to read. And look, I'm looking at it in Wikipedia. They come back so miserable and worn out. You know, something has happened since they've gone to see this Muhammad, the messenger in Medina. So it sounds like they are under duress after reading the rest of it from here, Wikipedia. Enmity as long as I live. This hadith that has come from the Muslim sources and from Safiya bint Huway. And then we are told here in Wikipedia, at first Huway's opposition simply took the form of public debates. But then what happens is that on another occasion we are told he had a discussion with Muhammad on the mystical letters which begin in some of the surahs in the Quran, right? And then a prominent rabbi by the name of Abdullah bin Salam becomes a Muslim, we are told. From Wikipedia I'm reading. So considering all this, I see, and the Quran ayah Surah Baqarah, verse 248, I see something that Muhammad had put them under threat. Because how can it be recognizing the Prophet? They don't accept him and they feel enmity towards him. Enmity. Thanks to Wikipedia. And looking at the other thing here written in Wikipedia, you know, that Muhammad may have learned from Huway about the coming of their Messiah. And these letters, mystical letters, they discussed together, Muhammad and Huway ibn Akhtab, Safiya's father. So it could be that he stole it, most probably, from Safiya's father. So it's so painful for me. I think I need to take a break and then continue later. Thank you so much.